I don't understand why our black women have just let themselves go. And it seems like they don't care about their weight. And I guess they expect for men to accept them as they are, even though majority of them are big and overweight. I don't know if it's because of the fast food that they're eating or the sweets that they're eating or the lack of exercise or just what it is, but something needs to be done, and it's time out for men just not explaining to them that it's not healthy to be oversized, because it seems like everywhere you go to church, there's a lot of big black women there. You go to these concerts, these plays, you see them in groups, a group of big black women, overweight. And I just don't understand why they don't see it. Or maybe they do, but they just need help in their diet. Now, I do understand that a lot of the hormones that they're putting in the foods, or some women have different issues as far as weight is concerned, but there's nothing wrong with eating healthy, eating less, and exercising to lose weight because it's healthy for you. There's just too many black women that are overweight. And somebody needs to speak up about it. Somebody needs to say something, because I know some women think that they should be accepted as the way that they are. Okay. But now, in reality, most black men, or I should say black men that I know of, business owners, blue collar workers, executives, attorneys, doctors, the few that I do know of that have big women, they have a girlfriend on the side that is not big. I didn't even think about it for a minute. How many guys go to a strip club or to go see a big woman? They don't. And it's not to say that you should look like some of those, look like a stripper. I'm not saying that at all, but you should at least recognize that being heavy is not attractive. Being big is not attractive. And for whatever reason, a lot of guys they just won't tell their women, look, you need to lose some weight, or let's work out together, or let's start eating healthy together. Those that are married and in serious relationships, there's nothing wrong with that. But to see our big black women walking around not doing anything about their weight is unthinkable. And I think it's time that black men step up to the plate and say, look, you need to lose some weight. I want to see you around for in your 60s, 70s, and 80s and beyond. And be healthy. And not be in a wheelchair, not succumb to diabetes and some of these other diseases and ailments that we naturally get as we get older. And being overweight, it doesn't help. Heart disease. I mean, I lost a very close, dear friend of mine who was a lady who was overweight, and she passed before the age of 60, but she weighed over 250 pounds. She was 5'7" and was overweight, and the doctors kept saying, look, you need to lose weight. So I'm speaking from personal experience of tragedy that happened. So don't let this happen to you. I mean, think about it for a minute. And for those ladies who say, well, I'm going to be big and I'm going to be attractive. Okay, but I'm telling you, guys won't say anything to you, but I can almost guarantee you that there is some smaller woman somewhere hidden that you may never find out about. And you may be okay with that. And at home, he's one way with you and the family. But trust me, the minute he gets away from that situation, he's with a woman who's normally younger, who's taking care of herself, or she's in very good shape. So I just wanted to just give this information out in hopes of some woman, even if it's just one, that heeds to my advice and start eating healthy, start exercising, even if you're just walking. And I've seen a lot of heavy-duty black women walking in the parks, walking in the buildings, in the malls. I've seen it. But it takes more than just walking. If that's all you can do, that's a good start. But you also have to recognize the foods that you're eating. Start eating healthy. Cut back on the meats. Eat more fish and chicken. And I don't mean that a lot of that fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy and all this soul food that a lot of us like to eat. No. I mean, eat it in moderation. You know, if it's something that you eat once a week, cut back on it, eat it once a month. Start eating more fruits and vegetables. I mean, I know it's not going to be easy from the beginning, but in the long run, it's better for you. So that's just my advice, and hopefully it helps somebody. One other issue that I think needs to be addressed, and that is a lot of these overweight women, they put their profiles on these dating sites with their pictures. And a lot of that is just game playing. What they'll do is they'll put their headshot on, but not their body. And I think in a lot of women's minds, they think that if a guy is interested in them, that the headshot should be enough, and he shouldn't worry about their bodies. That is so far from the truth. Men are visual. Now, ladies, a lot of you all are visual too. But that's just the way a man is made up. You can be highly intelligent. You can have a great heart. You can be kind. You can be sweet. You can be all those other great things and have great traits. But if your body is not attractive to that man, he's not going to be faithful to you. It's just not going to happen. You know, he may say he's going to be faithful. Maybe you have some money. Maybe you have a house. Maybe you have some things going on in your life. You're bringing a lot to the table and he's not. And for whatever reason, you fall for his game that he's playing on you. And you say, well, I have a good man and he likes me just the way that I am. Well, you can keep believing it until you catch him, or you find out that there's another woman someplace hidden. Like I said, some women, they never find out until years later, thinking everything is okay. Then they become devastated when they find out that, oh, he had some other young woman and maybe he had a baby by the lady. Who knows? But you see these dating sites and they say, some ladies, they'll say a few pounds extra. Or she'll say big and beautiful. Or she'll say average. I don't think some women understand what average is. Average is not 165 pounds at 5'2" or 5'3". It's not average. Now, if you're under 130 and you're 5'2", 5'3", okay. but don't get it twisted. So my advice is that don't play games with guys, on these dating sites, because it seems like everybody's doing it now. Like Planet, Black People Meet, Match.com, eHarmony, all of these different dating sites, POF. Don't just put your headshot on, put your full body on and let it, because some of those people that are on those sites, they've been on there for years. Now, if you've been on there for years, 3, 4, 5 years, and you haven't met anybody, it seems like you need to change something. Or you keep meeting guys that are misusing you, or they're just after you for sex, or they're not serious, and you find out later that they had somebody else on the side anyway. I mean, don't try and trick a guy into being with you. Put your full body out there so the guy can see. And don't say, well, I'm going to wait until we meet for coffee, and then we've been talking and we have a very good conversation, and we've been having good conversation for 3 months, 90 days is the Steve Harvey plan. And now it's time for us to meet and see where it goes. Well, don't be surprised if on that 91st day or 92nd day that you don't hear back from him, because you've hidden your body. And now he's seeing you. Yeah, you have good conversation. But a lot of guys are not looking for a good conversation. You can have the best conversation in the world. Most guys don't want to have a long conversation with you. Stop there and talk and debating. That's not a man's makeup. So I don't understand how some ladies think that putting a pretty face on and not the rest of your body is going to trap a man, is going to get him, is going to catch him. It's not going to happen. So just be truthful to yourself. I mean, and you don't need to lie about your age. If you're 55, if you're 59, if you're 60, just give your correct age. Don't say, well, I didn't want to tell you that I'm really 65, and you put 55 down. Or you put these pictures on that you took in high school when you were a cheerleader. And then you meet, and then all of a sudden, it's like, who are you? It looks like your daughter. No, that's me when I was 25, 30 years ago. Come on. Stop playing these games. And I'm just giving some advice as to, help somebody, because trying these slick ways of deceiving a man, that's what I call it. It's deception. It's no different than a man trying to deceive a woman, but today I'm just talking about women. Just stop with these games that you like to play, and then you put down, you say no children. Well, you put no children because the children are all grown. They don't live with you. But don't have a guy thinking that you have no children and you have 8 grown kids and 20 grandkids somewhere. Don't do that. I mean, this is another thing. I mean, come on, let's be grown up about it. And like I said before, don't give all these high expectations of what you bring into the table, and you're overweight, and you still say, well, I'm going to stick to what I have, and I'm not going to lower my standards. Well, if you've been single for the past 3, 4, 5 years, and you're still on these dating sites, something's not clicking. Maybe you need to change something about what you're expecting and be realistic. And the same goes for guys too. You got to be realistic about what you're expecting, because, I mean, come on, you can't sit up and you want somebody that looks like Beyonce, and there you are looking like Fat Albert. That's not going to work either. But again, a lot of women are looking for companionship, and some are not so visual. But that's just the opposite with men. We're visual. And if seeing you doesn't stimulate a man, but you have a well-educated, very articulate, very kind, all these other good traits about you are great. And you think, well, I'm a good catch. Well, if that body's not working, trust me, you're not a good catch. Or he may catch you and may just deceive you, but like I said before, somewhere hidden, which you may or may not find out, there's another woman someplace that's either smaller or younger, or smaller and younger. And stop expecting men to, you know, pay for everything. Pay for your date. Pay for. I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying for your first date. But don't go asking them about, well, can you pay my house note? Can you pay my car note? Can you pay some of these bills? You know, no. It's the wrong thing to do with men. Because let's face it, majority of women right now, they can take care of themselves. They have their own monies. They don't need a man to take them out or to pay their bills. They're working. They have good jobs. So it's just another little piece of advice that I thought I'd throw in there. Hopefully it helps somebody.